Gamers! Hi. Hello. How's everybody? Hi, Serendipity. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Void. Hello. We're just chilling today. Happy 3 years of streaming. Woohoo! Oh, happy weekend, John. Hello. I think my voice is fine, right? My voice is fine. We did karaoke yesterday with some friends, and we did Bring Me to Life. My cousin did what was it? He did his Goofy impression, like Disney's Goofy, and then I did Toadette from Mario Party from the Mario series. So my voice is fine when I woke up, but I think there's like a slight hint. There we go. There we go. Everything's happy 3 years. Here's to many more. Yes, yes, indeed. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. So, hello everybody. I'm back with Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. Oh, the volume of this game is loud in my ears. So yes, I'm playing Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. I actually went ahead and got cleared the cave that we were supposed to go through on Thursday? Yes, Thursday. My sense of time is off. But yes. So we got the crown, we beat the king in the Western Keep, who turned out to be the Dark Elf. So now we have the Crystal Eye. So we're gonna go back to Matoya's cave. I think. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, so I ended up buying Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster. I was going to apply for the key from Square Enix, but then I hesitated and I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this opportunity. So, what I'm going to do though... Oh, hold on. 1 second. Okay, hi everybody, I'm back. Sorry, I've returned. I have a friend with me. It's my housemate's cat. Hold on. I don't know if you can hear her. She's kind of curious and stuff. She's on my lap. But, hello. Hey, Lumina. Lumina, you wanna say hi? No, she wants to run around. She's on my lap right now. She's been in every room except mine until today. Lumina! Lumina! No. Cat! No. Sweetie, no. Sweetie, friend, no. Oh, she wants out. Oh. Ow. Okay. Yes? I'm trying to get her to purr for me. Oh, nope. Okay, this isn't working. Alright, sorry, my bad. Let's go. We're no. Come on, Lumina. Oh, no. Oh, 1 second, everybody. Never mind. That wasn't gonna work. But yes, cat friend. Other cat friend. She went, yee. Yeah, she was a curious bee, and she was like, kind of like outside my room, because like my door's always closed. Because I have a mountain of cosplay things, and so I worry that Lumina, my housemate's cat, will like knock things over. And plus, like, I have my PS4 like in the corner, and it's fallen a couple times because of my own clumsiness. And so I don't want to. Actually, there's the PS4, and then also like my standees everywhere. So I'm just like, oh, all right, this is not gonna end well. Hello. You just missed me trying to get the my housemate's cat to hang out with me. Didn't work out as well. She was a little squirmy. But yeah, my housemate has 3 cats. What are their names? Sorry. Lightning, Lumina, and Hope. If you're a fan of the Final Fantasy XIII series, no, actually, Lumina was very curious about my room because my room is the only one she hasn't really been in until today. She finally got the chance to step in. And she was curious, but I was afraid she would knock over certain things, so she was only here for like a minute or 2 tops. I tried to get her to like, you know, purr into the mic or something, but she was like, no, I want to look around, and I'm like, oh, no. There's too many things you can knock over and hurt yourself on. There's way too many things. My abode is currently not cat friendly. Like actual cat girl friendly, yes, but actual cat, not quite yet. Not quite yet. No. Yes, very adventurous kitty. Yeah, and she's won everybody else over too. It's really cute. Okay, I think I've gotten everything. Yeah. Oh, oops. I keep doing this. Sis. Welcome, everybody. We are still playing Final Fantasy 1. And it looks like, according to the poll on Twitter.com, we will continue to play Final Fantasy 1 on Monday and Tuesday next week, before I go on a mini vacation. Yes. Again, I suppose last week's break was kind of a vacation. Sort of. Kind of. Was it really a vacation? I'm not sure. But, you know, it is what it is. Take your breaks, everybody. That's one of the things I learned in my 3 years of streaming. Happy 3 years! Woohoo! I don't have cake today. At least not yet. I will be going out to eat after stream. I'm still debating if I'm going to actually stream the 4 hours like I originally said I would, or if I'm going to just cut it at 3 hours and take a nap before I go out to eat with friends. Safely, of course. The nap actually sounds kind of good. I was taking a nap right before stream. Like a 10-minute power nap. Yeah, there's some neat stuff going on right now. I think on Final Fantasy XIV's Crystal Data Center, they have LunarCon happening, and it's really cool. I'm a little afraid of logging into my Crystal alts to check it out, because like I'm afraid of like overloading my game, because there's like so many people there. So I might just watch the VODs of the panels and events and stuff. I've just finished Neo The World Ends With You last night. I can't remember a time other than Persona 5 where a game has left me feeling so many emotions. It's my game of the year. I really hope Neo The World Ends With You sells well, because I know there's a lot of people who love the game, want it to thrive, want the franchise to continue. And I know best way to tell a game that is, you know, buying the game. Let your money talk for you. Oh, hey, Zero, how are ya? Long time no here? No talk? Hello. How be you? Yeah, The World Ends With You is my second favorite game of all time. This is a worthy sequel. Yeah, I did see a bit of gameplay with my friend, Zero Coconut the other day. And it looked really neat. It was very fluid. I've never actually played the games, to be honest with you. The World Ends With You. It's actually on my to play list at some point, as my list keeps growing and growing. Oh, my audio skipped a lot? What? Okay, that's weird. Like, how bad is it? Okay, hold on, let me check my sensitivity. Is this better? Oh, do I need to make my mic closer? Okay, hold on. Is this better? Or is this worse? I feel like I'm at, like, the optometrist, you know, when they're like, is this better or worse? Where it's like, you know, pick 1 or 2. 1 or 2. You know, that's what it is. That's what it feels like. Yeah, so I upped the sensitivity of my mic, real quick, just in case. But yeah, welcome Zero. It's been a while. Welcome back. Actually, I was hanging out with Anbu Kakashi, aka Suwu. I was hanging out with Suwu the other day. Yeah, we were talking about the old days. Yeah, I'm also utilizing the NVIDIA RTX voice as well. So it filters out like a lot of background noise. This adult stuff isn't what I signed up for. What? Lol. Yeah. Anyway, how's everybody? What y'all up to on this fine Saturday? Thank you for like listening, hanging out, lurking. I appreciate everybody taking their time to listen to little old me. Dun, 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 dun. Ba, ba, da, da, da. Alright, so Matoya's Cave. Let's go. Yeah. It's really neat, actually. Alright. You obtain the Jolt Tonic. This game is actually easier than I remember it. Or I'm just over-leveled now. You're still here? I don't need you anymore, so be on your way. You're not as attractive as I thought you'd be. Oh man, hold on. I need some water. Karaoke last night. Oh. Alright, so I need to actually go back now to Elfenheim. Oh, I don't know if everybody who was here on Thursday and Wednesday, you might have noticed we actually fixed the font. We ended up doing the fix to get the better looking font. Serendipity. Eddie actually helps me with it on Thursday. It looks so much better now. So much better. Yeah. So I think I'm going to get the pixel remakes for 4, 5, 6. I mean, the thing is, I've already gotten like the 3D remake of 4, and I'm literally at the end, the final boss, but I'm still gonna get the pixel remakes. And 5 and 6, I already have like the remakes as well. Like, I guess are they the GBA ports or like the PSP ports? It's one of them. It's one of the ports that that ended up on Steam, which I haven't played. But I'm definitely going to get the pixel remakes because they did a really good job with this, and like the music is actually phenomenal. I wasn't going to get the pixel remake of Final Fantasy III since I had the 3D remake as well, but after listening to like how they did the music, it was like, oh, I have to now. I have to do it. So I might actually challenge myself and play Final Fantasy III pixel remake and the 3D remake of Final Fantasy III simultaneously. Like, I'll do my best to play them at the same time. Like, if I get through one part, I'll switch to the 3D remake and try to reach that goalpost and like move the goalposts slowly but surely. Yeah, thank you. The chat box theme is Persona 5 themed. So are my alerts actually. It was one of the themes on Streamlabs, and up until I actually figure out the new, I guess, theme for my like overlays and branding, this is what I'm gonna stick with for a little bit while longer. I'm in the midst of kind of like doing an overhaul of like what I want to do with this channel and setup, since I did switch from, you know, facecam streaming to VTubing recently, as you can all tell. But if you haven't been here before, I'm a VTuber through and through. I've always been a VTuber. What? I didn't say anything. But yeah. Yeah. I really do like the way the chat is. Actually, it actually had like, you know, in Persona 5, how they had, for their texting, they have like the red background for it. I ended up removing that because it was too clunky and wouldn't work with the screen. Yeah, I feel you on that one, Zero. It's having the time to do it. Welcome back, Malik. I actually don't know if the Pixel remake of 4 will include After Years. I was going to play After Years, but then someone was like telling me, oh, you might as well just watch it and just watch someone else play. And I'm like, oh, why? And they're like, it's so clunky. And I'm like, oh, okay. But if they do add it for Pixel Remake, I will consider. I will consider. Oh, not the town. Not the town, not the town, the castle. Yeah, someone told me it was clunky. I don't remember who, but someone did. This Jolt tonic may just be what blah 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 blah, I can't read today. May just be what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I will try it at once. They're feeding the prince an energy drink. This is an energy drink, right? Your Highness? Your Highness! I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I dreaming? You're the legendary warriors. Something tells me I'm not dreaming. I shall heed the legend as it was told to me and my forefathers. The time for me to pass the mystic key to its rightful owners has come at last. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wait. Does that mean I can open things now in Chaos Shrine? Oh, heck yeah. Alright, peace back to Elfenheim. Why did I almost read that as like Niflheim from like 7. It's Niflheim, right? Where do I go from here? Okay. Time to get lost again. I think I'm supposed to go back to Cornelia. Hey! Why'd you run away? Okay. Why did I think the B was an F? And I feel like there's like a Germanic origin. Niflheim might be 15. Hold on, let me... you know, you might be right. It might be right. I did see Noctis Lucis Calum on my timeline earlier today, so I might also have Final Fantasy 15 on the brain somewhere. I'm well on my journey to playing all the Final Fantasies that I can. I feel like if I say this right now, I might summon Han. But I think is there a way to play Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bearers? Is there a way? Because I want to do a solid one for my friend. Because, like, my friend Maihan loves Crystal Bearers. Sarah, are you... Oh, Dancing Girl. Dancing Girl knows all. Okay, let's go. Crystal Chronicles, the Crystal Bearers. Ooh, okay. Oh, I can. Yeah, the co-op game. The one that didn't... I'm not talking about the recent one that came out, but like the older version. How do I get up here? Should be as simple as using an emulator, but getting it set up and getting the ROM might prove difficult. Oh man. There's 3 games with the Crystal. One is co-op, one is tower defense, and the one that we forget exists. Oh, don't tell me I have to go. Oh, I have to go all the way around. Okay. Dang it. This way. I think. How the heck? Oh, okay. Saber. Oh, mithril knife. Cottage. I can just buy a cottage. Major Zelda vibes going on. Tent. Iron armor. What's this? Nitro powder. Nitro powder. I'm a rookie treasure hunter now. Yeah, it's got Major Zelda vibes. Oh, hey, this is probably going to make you question everything. I've never played a Zelda game. It's also been on my list. Okay, bye! I knew that was gonna be someone's reaction though. Like, I'll be real honest with you all. Like, I know it's a good franchise. I know it's a good series. It's just the way that I've had people in my youth try to like push me to play it. And just like, you know, I'm kind of a I'll play it when I feel like playing it kind of person. But yeah, they pushed way too hard and it like tuned me out. So it made me turn away from a really cool series. Like, I admit, like I look at like a lot of the art and like cinematics and stuff, and I'm just like, oh hey, this the character designs. Hey, this is kind of cool. But yeah, but that's basically what happened to me. Hey Trip. Like Twilight Princess looks totally cool. Like Midna, hello, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I haven't played Zelda, and like, I want to. I really want to. And like, knowing that Skyward Sword came out, I was like, okay. Alright, let's go. Yeah, friends would be like, you gotta watch this right now. The enthusiasm is nice, but yeah, the excessive amount, they kept pushing, and I'm like, oh wait, guys, I still have stuff. Please. But yes, 3 years, Trip. 3 years. Woohoo! And also, I also understand that Zelda is also a time sink. Any Zelda game is a time sink. Much like Final Fantasy. Yeah. That's like if you showed up here every day and said, like, you know, if you don't play, the world ends with you right now. Dude. I will count that as intense peer pressure, and most likely you're going to get a timeout and or ban. Massive time sink. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I do like everybody's recommendations and stuff. I do. And I keep them in mind. But like, you know, if it's the excessive like, oh my god, why aren't you playing it? Oh my god, you know. It's like, please. I'm a human being. I am a human cat girl. I only have so many hours of the day. I am mortal. I am but a mortal. See, but here's the problem, Leek. Those are the ones I was recommended. Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker, and then Link to the Past. Link to the Past just got recommended just now by Zero. So it was like, yeah. Those ones are time sinks. And then also, please remember, I've left Octopath on red for like a year and a half? Ish, when did I get my Switch? Almost 2 years. Can I recommend a starting point that'll ease you into this series and be kinda short? Sure! I will put it on the backlog. I'll admit that. I will write it down and put it on the backlog. I'll probably buy it if I see it on sale. And then it'll just be sitting there for a bit. But I do like most of the Zelda games are coming out to handheld. Like, what was it? Skyward Sword is Switch, the new one, the remaster, remake, HD. Yeah, at least it's handheld, so I can take it. Link's Awakening on Switch. I see, I see. You know, maybe I will pre-order the Steam Deck. Steam Deck, not Steam Deck. Blah, blah, blah. Narek the dwarf has been looking for powerful explosives. I wonder what he's gonna use them for. Just play Skyward Sword and call it a day. I survived, by the way. Soo-woo! Hello, friend. Hello. I'm glad you survived your appointment. That's good, that's good. I've been thinking about the chicken that we got the other day. What was it, the honey garlic chicken? Oh yeah. The bottom lip is, oh my god, it's one of the, oh god. Surgery on your teeth suck, man. Final Fantasy's going, I'm getting lost, but you know, I'm enjoying my time with everybody. We're just chatting. Everyone's giving me their Zelda game recommendations. Explosion! That was my best Mega Man Union impression. Explosion! And I've never seen that anime either. I just know it because people link it all the time. Dun dun. Okay. Where's? Thank you. Oh god. Never played a Mega Man game either. Have I played a Mega Man game? I don't think so. I've watched one of the TV series. I think it was like Mega Man X or something. Was it X or the one? Whatever one was on like Saturday morning cartoons on like Kids WB or something. Like years ago. It's like, oh, thank you. It was NT Warrior. I feel like X was like a game or something. Thank you. Mega Man NT Warrior. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I see what I did. I mixed up Mega Man NT Warrior and Sonic X. That's what I did. I mixed up the names. Oh, speaking of Sonic, who remembers Sonic Underground? Where like he has like his siblings and stuff? Yeah, Lolly Ho! Where's Nendrick? Smashing rocks at the back of the cave. Oh, you back here. You down here. I think you're down here. Was it? Okay, you're back here? Nitro powder juice. Scored nitro, anyone? The explosive force in this powder will hail me a canal open in no time and flat. Where are we going? Run faster. Oh. Oh, does that oh! Okay, we... oh, wow. My voice is about to crack. So that's how we get to the other side. So I do like the reference. Now I understand where Mount Dugar comes from in Final Fantasy XIV. Because I think I only got to Matoya's cave. Like, the Dark Elf stuff when I first played this. I didn't get past it. Alright, so we're gonna go back outside. We're gonna go save. Go back to the ship. Alright, while I do that, I'm gonna try to remember that Sonic Underground song. Oh god! What was it like? Sonic Underground? Something like that, I don't know. I've used up all my musical, I used up all my musical, talents yesterday. It was great. We were doing a mix of, you know, normal, pop, rock, Western songs, and then of course, like, because of the location, the karaoke spot had Japanese songs, so we had to weeb it up a little bit. My cousin ended up, what was it, singing, what was it, Go by, from the, what was it, from the Naruto anime, the ending theme, Go by Flow. Yeah, that one. He memorized it. He was like, yeah, 7th grade me memorized this shit. And I'm like, oh, you memorized this. Okay. Yeah, you won't hear me singing much soon because, what? I made everybody cry of laughter yesterday. Cause, I said this earlier, but my cousin and I, we did Bring Me to Life by Evanescence, you know, one of the early 2000s? Like mid 2000s? Greatest hits in pop rock, I guess. They're considered pop rock now, I guess, because they were popular. So we did a parody-ish of it. I guess you can call it a parody. So we did Bring Me to Life, and he did Goofy's voice. If you've been on the internet for a bit, you might have heard ProZD's version of Bring Me to Life with his Goofy impression, like Kingdom Hearts, Disney, Goofy. And then I joined him with my Toadette voice, like the entire song. Yeah, I held it through that entire song. Yes, and that's why, if anything happens, that's what happened with my voice. Yes, G-Unit Raha. It was actually, Han suggested it. It was either that or, you know, Reizna, These Nuts. You know, normal things. So I went with G-Unit Raha. And I was trying to save Han's name, Eddie's name, and my name for when we play Final Fantasy III. Which will be eventually. I think I might actually put Final Fantasy III as the next channel point challenge, or community channel points challenge. Oh, that's a tongue twister. Because we are halfway through the Devil May Cry 5 challenge. We're like at 58%. So we're almost there. We're halfway there. I feel like we might get Devil May Cry 5 unlocked and pushed up from the backlog by September. Or maybe sooner, depending on how generous everybody is. Yeah. 3, 5, and 6 are the only ones that I've yet to play. I hear they're really good. 3 is pretty grindy, of course, is what I was hearing from my cousin. I might actually buy the vinyls for Final Fantasy III. They have like a vinyl with like a few versions of Eternal Wind, which is the overworld theme, the world map theme. It's so nice. My cousin has it, and we heard it at his place, like, I think a couple weeks ago. And it was really nice. Yeah, I hear 5's really good. 5 and 6. I hope they release dates for the pixel remasters for 5 and 6. Or 4, 5, 6. Because I think they took off whatever was on Steam originally of 5 and 6. I'm gonna just port real quick. Hold on. Oh. I'm gonna save, because I need to use the restroom. So I'll be right back. But before that, looks at my backlog. My backlog stares at me. Yeah, right? Right? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna be right back. I drank a lot of water earlier, so I need to use the restroom again. I'll be back. Have a good one, Malik. Take care. Have fun. Okay, back. There we go. Wait, no. Circle is that one. Okay. Alright, everybody's gonna attack. Oh, I need to heal Aken. Oops. Alright. I'm gonna heal. Let's see. What can I ramble on about? I submitted a form to be on a collab with another Final Fantasy XIV content creators collab list, I guess. It's Darian Hart. They're doing this thing called Jokey-Oki, which is like kind of like their version of like carpool karaoke, but on Final Fantasy XIV. So I submitted a form to be put on the list to take part of it, and I think it would be really fun. Like, I think a while back I was like, oh no, I'm scared to do it, but then like after the other day and realizing like, you know, let me just shoot my shot. Because like it was an open call for like collabs with other Final Fantasy XIV creators, so I was like, you know what, why not? And so I did it. I submitted the form yesterday. And then there was another acquaintance of mine, TX3017, Lester? Lester put out a call for like Final Fantasy XIV fam. The group that he's a part of, the content creator group he's a part of, Lazarus, they're mostly esports, but like they also have like a sub team that's just content creators. He was like, FF14 fam, come out, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so I looked and I was like, oh, this looks kind of interesting. And so he was like, oh, let me know if you have any questions. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I have a bunch of questions. So I had like 4 main questions that I asked him, and I was like, oh, take your time with the answers. And so I'm just waiting for him to like get back to me. Because like questions I asked him were like, what qualities would they be looking for? Do they look at metrics closely, or is it a combination of like the quality of content versus metrics, or both? So like things to ask, and like what the expectations are for like whoever is chosen, you know? It's like those are things you gotta know. And like even if I don't end up like reaching out and like being like all in with like my interest with Lazarus GG, it gives me insight. I know, like I'm in the middle of like, oh, I want to take this a little bit more seriously, but also like it's a bigger commitment than what I might be able to do right now. Because like I still want to keep this as like a side thing right now. Like it would be cool if the opportunity presents itself to go full time with it, but you know, I'm not right now actively going for it because I need money. I need money to pay for my things. Ah! What are those? Why? Go away. Centipedes. I don't like centipedes. Why? Go away. Go away. Leave. Leave. Hurry up. I want to see this. I don't want to see this. So many leggies. Hello, Hiko. How are you? Oh my god, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. Is it dead yet? Is it dead? Is it... Okay, they're gone. They're gone. Oh, but they give a lot of gil though. Oh man. They give so much gil. I don't like that. I'm good, other than like, oh, so many leggies. That's a lot of leggies. Okay, I think I'm in the right place. Cause the enemies hit harder. Yeah. Oh. Oh, please, 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 please. Is this smoke? Oh, never mind. Okay, how much gil did this give me? No, I'm dead! My red mage is dead. Uh-oh. I did not pay attention. Oops. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Okay, yes. I still got the experience points. Use tent. Yes. Welcome. Welcome, Hiko. I'm playing Final Fantasy I Pixel Remaster. Having fun. It's been ages since I played. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to go. Crescent Lake. Oh. Sounds very pleasant. 200 gil per night? That's a lot of gil. But I have money, so... I finally have money. Okay, we're gonna go get your spells. I can't use any of those. I don't have a white mage. Hello! Hi, Seichi. How are ya? Oh, Quake. Oh, that's a lot of money. I just mindlessly just spent that money. I've been holding in there. Can't complain. How have I been? I've been good. Also hanging on, surviving. I just sank a lot of gil just now. Not quite sure. Oh, mithril sword. Yeah, I saw that. It hurt my own wallet. I'm just like, yeah, let me just give you Shola of these like spells and like, oh. I should have looked at how much money that was. Oops. Oops. I suppose this fulfills the impulse buying. I impulse bought a journal like 2 days ago. It was a Final Fantasy XIV journal. Miko! Hello! How are your cookies? I saw your Crystal Exarch cookies. They looked really good. They looked delicious. Yeah, that journal's worth. However, oh god! Creepy crawly. Oh god. I'm not looking. I don't like creepy crawlies. Okay, they're gone. Creepy crawly's gone. Chocolate! Oh man. Those sound really good right now. I remember your Graha Tia cookies. Oh my god, those were so good. You've inspired Wild to make cookies too. Let's see this. Yeah, he and his mom are like, we're gonna make some cookies too. I'll get to taste test them one day. It'll be great. Ba-da-bam-ba. Oh, that's a lot of gil. Oh. So it's been new? Well, I pushed more things on the backlog. Final Fantasy VII remake is still on the backlog, even though I played it last week. Because I feel like playing 4, or finishing Final Fantasy 4, starting this one. I've been playing 14 as well. Yeah, I've been looking at Endwalker for 14. Endwalker is... I have high hopes for Endwalker. Oh, you still haven't finished the last DLC. Oh, you haven't finished Shadowbringers yet? Okay. Well, I love Shadowbringers. I love Shadowbringers so much. It's one of my favorites. Actually, Heaven's Ward and Shadowbringers were among my favorite expansions. And then I found out why. One of the writers, Ishikawa, was actually, I think one of the head main scenario writers, or she was a very big portion of it, and I loved her scenarios and her writing. But yes, so take your time. We're still in a patch. We're still in a bit of a lull. Oh, that's totally cool. You're totally fine, Seichi. Yes, at your own pace. Please enjoy the game. We don't want anybody to burn out. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen to a few friends. And actually my partner too. My partner has also burnt out of 14 a few times. So, to avoid burnout, play at your own pace. I have a friend trying to get to endgame and I'm like, whoa, slow your roll, slow your roll. Because he wants to raid, but I'm like, dude, aren't you also playing with your lady? Take your time. And so he is. He has to, really, because life has him by the collar. Oh wait, can I go here? Alright, we're just getting lost. That's what happened to me. I finished the in-between missions in 2 days and burnt myself out. Yeah. Especially, from ARR. Ooh, yeah. Especially A Realm Reborn to Heaven's Ward, that particular area. Yeah. It used to be more than 120 missions, I think, but they scaled it down. Maybe like a year ago? Or like less than a year ago? But it's still pretty long. Miko, no, don't scare any new. Yeah, done a month after I finish it. Go. I'm so lost in it now that I don't know where to go. Oh no! Oh, excuse me. I might need to go back to Cornelia and talk to the dancer. Oh, what I like about this game, is that, like, the map's already kind of revealed to you, so, like, you don't have to, like, achievement hunt and, like, blindly, like, walk everywhere. So I'm enjoying that. Oh, I'm back to where I start. Okay. Alright, I will rest at the inn to get my health back. Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out to hang. It's really nice to see all of you. I know Saturdays aren't my usual stream days. It's usually reserved for like, you know, special occasions and dates. And I'm actually really thankful that my anniversary, my stream anniversary, it falls on a Saturday this year. I think it fell on like a Thursday last year, or was it a Friday? I think it was a Thursday. It had to be a Thursday because it was a raid night. I had cake then. Oh, spiders. And I caked myself on stream after a little speech. But it was one of those like cupcakes from like Target. So you could, it was okay. The frosting was a little too sweet. And the cake itself was alright. It was mediocre. It was edible. But like the funniest thing about it was that when I caked myself and like had the frosting like on my face, like you could hear it, like it went splat, and like when I took the cupcake off my face, like the icing was like perfectly round, like it was like a circle on my face, and like kind of evenly spread actually. I don't think I actually finished giving the speech. I was like, alright, thanks everybody for being here, and like named off like my group, like my raid group, and then everybody in chat who was chatting and all the lurkers, and then all of a sudden I went, alright, here I go! Plop. Yeah, I don't have a cake for, no cake asset yet for, VTubing, but I will find one. I lurk in a bunch, like four VTuber discords, and they're always, linking assets and their creditors, their makers, their original creators, yes. So I'm like, oh, these are nice. Keep them for another day. Like they have assets where like they have like the gamer chairs and stuff, and that's really cool. But like it feels a little weird because they're drawn in like, you know, like 2D form. Like it looks just for live 2D, so I'm just like mixing and matching, and I'm like, oh, this worked for me. Yeah. So one day. How far am I in? Hold on one second. I'm gonna look. I forgot how much I am at my live 2D fund. Oh my god. Okay, so officially on here, I didn't update it yet. So I'm at $666.69 on Streamlabs. But when I look at my bank account, I'm closer to like $720, I think, saved for my live 2D model art, at least. I'm still hunting around to see what art style I want for my live 2D model, and I'm still working with my friend Alifikar for a character sheet, so I can afford to wait and take my time. But it's gonna look really cute, everybody. Like, the ears are gonna be a little bit more rounded, like a snow leopard. Because I have a headcanon that Cersei is more like a snow leopard. Miko, I actually commissioned your partner not too long ago for something. Yeah, and he actually added the snow leopard rounded ears too. I was really excited when I saw the line art. I'm so excited! And his work is so good. I'm happy to have been able to commission him. I know it took a while to get like everything in the air though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Okay. Maybe there's a port over here. Ooh. There's a couple movies that are out that I might buy the premiere access for. Jungle Cruise on Disney Plus. And Black Widow. Even though I know Black Widow right now is under not necessarily fire, but I know Scarlett Johansson is trying to sue Disney for also releasing Black Widow on Disney Plus for premiere access when it was the contract said it was like only theaters only. Yeah. I haven't looked too much into it though. But I don't actually know what the original agreement was. Tom Hiddleston might be suing as well. Oh, what? For what? What for? Does it involve Loki? Or just in general? Oh man. What's the amount for a romance and oh that part, yeah. So I don't even know how to touch that topic in Loki. I'm still gonna wait a few weeks before like talking about it on social media, but Loki surprised me. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I didn't know how to react to it. I'm still in shock. Yeah, yeah, there's a particular part in Loki, the series, where it's just like, Excuse me? You want this route? Yeah, no clue. This article didn't go into depth. Well, you know. I hope the writer got the clicks they wanted and got paid, you know? I hope they got paid. But, you know, I wasn't expecting that either. And I don't think a lot of people were. If you know, you know. We'll return to this topic in a couple weeks. But I think, overall, most of the Disney Plus Marvel shows were pretty good. Falcon and the Winter Soldier made me a little uncomfortable due to certain things, but I think that was kind of the point of, you know, it brings up topics that, like, people are not necessarily, like, talking about, and you're like, oh, okay, alright, well, alright. Yeah. Yes, G-Unit Raha. Yes, Han helped me name this party. Because I knew what to name everybody else, but G-Unit Raha was the top contender. And then afterward, we were like, oh wait, we could have named them Argbert. Because they're a warrior. Alright, I'm going back to, Cornelia, because I'm lost. I'm gonna talk to the dancer lady. Yeah, I didn't actually watch Loki like as it came out weekly. I stopped maybe episode 3 and then just waited until the end. It wasn't like where with me and WandaVision actually, where like WandaVision, like I stayed up. I stayed up to watch WandaVision. Because I wanted to know, and I really liked WandaVision a lot. And how they tackled the topic of grief with Wanda. And there's like, there's a catchy song, I think the second to last episode, I think. I haven't seen the Falcon and the Winter Soldier one. Yeah, I had friends who liked it, and I had friends who didn't. Yeah, as a video editor, it brought me so much joy. Oh, yay! I'm happy to hear that, Miko. I never got to ask you. How long have you been a video editor? $11 years? Wow. Thanks, Boyd. I've been sipping on my water. Thank you. I'm gonna take another sip. If I can. Oh. Okay, How do I get back? Drink more Crystal Tower water. None of that Arrowhead water. Give me that Crystal Tower water. Oh man, no, actually, I regret everything. I regret saying it in that specific way. Because now that makes me think of like Crystal Tower bathwater. That's not the way we want to go. No, no, no. It's not how this was supposed to end. Dun. Dun, 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 dun. The mine building, maybe there's water. Maybe. Where am I going? I literally, like, sailed around the world right here. Ooh, there's a cave. Oh, those might be airship only areas. Oops. Alright, back to Cornelia. I keep hitting every battle. Wait, yes! There has to be water in the Crystal Tower. I realize this, Miko. Cause you remember the last stage of Crystal Tower, the raid? There's like water on the other side of the like around the platform. So there has to be water inside the tower. There has to be like an elaborate sewer system too, I'm sure. Then theoretically, if that water is clean. Also, I'm on stage right before that where you fight Zonde. It's like an opera house type thing. So it must have been entertaining people as well. True, so it's safe. Well, I'm sure the technologically advanced as the Ologons were, they most likely had a very good filtration system. They must have. They had to. All that cool tech? Come on. Oh, I think it's up. Oops. I think I have to go back up. I can ask Graha how the filtration check works in the Crystal Tower. Yeah! Let me just hop over to Eorzea later today, and I'll ask him. This was the longest trip around the world. But thank you all for keeping me company. Hi, yo! Hi, Rocco! My voice doesn't sound like death, so we are okay. How are you? What level is everybody now? 21, 21. Y'shtola is so powerful. She's level 22. Back to the dancer. Oh snap. What? Hold on. Oh, okay, I think I know where I'm supposed to go. Alright, I have to sail west. I think. Or talk to... I'll go back and talk to the dwarves. I think there was like key dialogue that I missed. I think. Hold on, let's go. There is key dialogue. Let's go. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, Omni. Hi. How are you? We just got the nitro powder here on Final Fantasy 1. I circumnavigated the world. Trying to get through this last half hour at work. Good luck! You got this, I believe. Began in the west. Okay. Snippy. Alright, over here? Livy Stone, I think that's important for later. I think that might be for the airship. Ooh. I got Gil back. Alrighty. So, I got all my stuff all set. Alright, let's sail west. To this town, I think. That's what this guide says. So, we made the canal. How far west is west? How far west do I have to go? Alright. Ooh. The nose. Don't forget to hydrate, everybody. Oh, oops. Over here. Sahagin. I'm still getting used to how they look. Sail west. Sail west. Where's the next port? Oh, he was better. Oh, Aken was better without the nunchucks. Oh, right here. Found the port town that I missed earlier. Oh, wow. That doesn't look very nice. There's the spider. Okay. I'll walk outside real quick and save. They really meant it when they said the earth looks like it's rotting. Oh, I don't have any... Okay. Okay, there we go. I have Fyra, Slowra. On the continent, the cave on the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. He is a wise man who knows too much. Sponsor. Okay, that's an old broken church. Okay, nothing for our black mage, I guess. Remove. Okay, he's got none. And I will save right here. 7 hours and 10 minutes in. I guess we'll go to the southern tip. Ooh! Hyenodon. Oh! This is easy! Am I supposed to be here? Round 2. We lost. What? I can't pass? What? Why? Speak friend and enter. I am a friend. Ugh. Okay, I guess not going that way. I guess that doesn't work that way. Never mind. Unless he meant here. Ah, spiders! Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. Too busy wiping spider guts off my weapons. Ah, oh my god. I like spiders. I like spiders. Stop. This is where I'm supposed to go, but I need items. I need to be prepared this time around. Okay, I still have enough, like, antidotes, eye drops. What else do I need? Potions, Phoenix Downs. Okay, so where am I? I think this is gonna work. Wait, there's no potion shop? What? No! Oh, this is lame. Okay, you know what? Okay, YOLO, let's go. Actually, no, I shouldn't YOLO this. Let's go back. I need you. Just for a few more potions and stuff. Apparently this place doesn't have an item shop. Better be safe than sorry, otherwise I'm gonna struggle through the cavern. I will struggle. Ooh. I think I will end at 3 p.m. today, 3 p.m. Pacific. I do want to take a nap. Originally, I was gonna end at 4, but a nap sounds really good before I go have late lunch dinner plans with friends. And like I did take a quick power nap right before stream started, so I think that 3 p.m. nap sounds really good. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Drink plenty of water. Get plenty of rest. Mm-hmm. I will. I will definitely rest up. I haven't been sleeping well the past few days, so I really should. Oh, Cornelia's over here. Oh, shoot, sorry. I'm like yawning. I might need to get up and stretch soon, though. So I might go do that. You're gonna grab some potions and things. Take that mini break. Get up, stretch. There. 3. Two of those. Rest are potions. I have 5 guilds to my name. Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna take a quick break, really quick. I'm gonna get up, stretch, and I suggest everybody does too if you're not already like up and moving as well. Alright, so I will be right back in 5 minutes. 5 minutes-ish. Hopefully. Alright, I'm gonna set a timer. So, be back. Hold on 1 second. I just put my intermission screen on. Give me 1 second. Okay, alright, so let me see if this works. Okay. Alrighty, so I'm putting up my intermission screen right now, so be back in 5, or however long this video is.
Tia and like Kaplas, they got like a tail and cat ears and all, right?
Okay.
You think they have to worry about fleas and like have to get special shampoo?
Cersei XE has stopped working. In our cages, we know not what we do. Indecision, here at the crossroads. Recognition, tomorrow's come too soon. Puts my boba down.
I want boba.
Thank you again for the donation! I almost walked off the edge to the edge. All things change. Drawn to the flame.
Hey, have you played the critically acclaimed MMO Final Fantasy XIV, where the free trial includes the base game of A Realm Reborn and the first expansion, Heaven's Ward, which goes up all the way to level 60 and adds 3 new jobs as well as 60 plus hours of content, totaling up to about 120 plus hours of free fun. Did I mention there's no time limit and you can play with your friends?
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Okay, that one went down a little. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. Oh!
She's dead, y'all. Thanks for coming to stream.
Oh my god!
She's gone.
Oh my god! That was only bite number 2!
Even now we can still hear her voice, chat.
Number 3. Hello, Trimaster Flash. Hi, B-Boy Bowser. Thank you for the follow. Hello, I'm Reizna. I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am a VTuber, aspiring VTuber. I'm currently eating spicy food, so that's why my voice sounds like this. And I'm 15 hours into my 14-hour stream. I went over an hour because I had a late dinner. Alright, I am a VTuber. This is correct. I am a VTuber. I've been live for 15 hours, 6 minutes, and 46 seconds.
Tia and like Catboys, they got like a tail and cat ears and all, right?
Okay.
We think they have to worry about fleas and like have to get special shampoo.
Cersei XE has stopped working. In our cages, we know not what we do. Indecision, here at the crossroads. Recognition, tomorrow's come too soon. Puts my boba down.
I want boba.
Thank you again for the donation! I almost walked off the edge to the edge. All things change. Drawn to the flame.
Hey, have you played the critically acclaimed MMO Final Fantasy XIV, where the free trial includes the base game of A Realm Reborn and the first expansion, Heaven's Ward, which goes up all the way to level 60 and adds 3 new jobs as well as 60 plus hours of content, totaling up to about 120 plus hours of free fun. Did I mention there's no time limit and you can play with your friends?
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Okay, that one went down a little. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. Oh!
She's dead, y'all. Thanks for coming to stream.
Oh my god!
She's gone.
Oh my god! That was only bite number 2!
Even now we can still hear her voice, chat.
Number 3. Hello, Trimaster Flash. Hi, B-Boy Bowser. Thank you for the follow. Hello, I'm Reizna. I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am a VTuber, aspiring VTuber. I'm currently eating spicy food, so that's why my voice sounds like this. And I'm 15 hours into my 14-hour stream. I went over an hour because I had a late dinner. Alright, I am a VTuber. This is correct. I am a VTuber. I've been live for 15 hours, 6 minutes, and 46 seconds. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Before the video plays one more time. Alright. Oh, hello, Faust! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello. Oh, I have like 5 gil left in my name. But yes, hello. I was taking a bit of a break. I've been sitting for like a few hours now, so before stream, and then I was just like, I've been here. So I needed that 5-minute break to walk around, stretch my legs a little. And I hope everybody has too. Drink some water, stretch, you know. If you're sitting down. If not, if you're active right now. Thanks for being active. Yeah, how's it going? Oh, I can't wait for food. I can't wait for my nap and food. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, so we're going back to the western town. What's it called? Melmond. It sounds like the Elvish word for friend. Even though the Elvish word for friend's like what, Bellon? But I always used to mishear it as Melon, like melon. But it's like Bellon, isn't it? It is what it is. It's okay. You can tell I watched the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies. I also watched the animated ones when I was a kid as well. But you know, it was interesting that they split The Hobbit into 3 instead of 2. I thought it was going to be a 2-parter. And I honestly don't know if they'll ever like be able to refilm that saga, honestly. I don't think they can. Because like it sets the Peter Jackson version kind of sets the bar kind of high. Yeah, the bar's kind of high for that one. Yeah. What else did I absorb as a young cub? What was the Chronicles of Narnia? I'm really sad that the Walden Media version of Chronicles of Narnia didn't get very far. I think the furthest it was Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Prince Caspian. Prince Caspian was my favorite. And then Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Then they stopped after Voyage of the Dawn Treader. And then like honestly, like my gripe with Voyage of the Dawn Treader though was what's it called? That they took away like Caspian's like Spanish Italian fusion accent. That was like my thing. Oh god darn it. Yeah, that was like my thing. Also, but I guess the explanation that we were given was like the director changed it. I'm like, okay, I guess. Oh. That's okay. Oh, another series that they really shouldn't have touched, but they did, was, you know, The Mummy, the Brendan Fraser movie, the really good Brendan Fraser movies. The Mummy, Mummy Returns. I did watch the one where they went to China, I think. I think that was the one with, like, Jet Li. As well. That one was interesting. But The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, classics. Classics. Love that movie. I need to find out. It's not on Netflix anymore, I don't think. Oh, I'll just keep talking to these beings. Yeah, that's a movie I would like to host a watch party for as well, because, oh my gosh. The Mummy is so good. What else? What else? Yeah, they really shouldn't have touched that one, The Mummy. There was a version with like Tom Cruise, and like they wanted to do like this like multiverse thing that like Marvel and DC are doing right now, but it's like it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Cause like I guess they were like mashing up their monster movies, I think, or like their monster IPs together for like a dark universe type thing, and it's just like, oh, okay. Okay, I guess. But like the draw of like the original Mummy was that like it was witty, it was funny, but also like it was kind of action packed. It was like an Indiana Jones-ish without being Indiana Jones, without being Harrison Ford. Ish, I guess, is how I want to say it. Yeah, it had a very unique charm to it, yeah. Especially with, like, Brendan Fraser and... Oh, shoot, what's her name? What's the actress's name? Rachel... Is it Rachel Weisz? Is it Rachel Weisz? I think? It starts with a W. But yeah, they had very good chemistry. Oh, I have money! Money, money, money! Yeah! Rachel Weisz. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Rocco. Yeah. I love that movie. I love these movies. And every time, like, I see posts about it on Twitter, I always smile. And I'm just like, ah, yes. This was a good set of movies. Especially because, like, Brendan Fraser's character also respected women. Like, he respected Evie a lot. Like, there was this whole, like, photo essay taken from Tumblr where, like, it explained, like, the dynamics between the two of them. Hi, Mission! How are ya? But yeah, the reason why I started talking about the Mummy is because, like, there was an enemy mummy that I fought, so that's why I'm, like, rambling on about, like, Mummy and Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz. Wait, she's in Black Widow? Hold up, Rocco. Can you... Oh, okay, maybe I have to watch Black Widow. Ah, spiders! Kill it with fire! Kill it with fire! Kill it with fire! Don't look, Kill it with fire, kill it with fire. Yes, this is the Pixel Remaster. I'm playing the Pixel Remaster that's on Steam and mobile right now. I have 1, 2, and 3. I did not see Black Widow yet. I was debating on... I didn't know that it was on Disney+. Or, they released it for Disney+. Scarlett Jo is kind of mad about it. She might sue Disney for it. The Pixel remakes? Hold on, let me look real quick. Right now, they're 20% off. I think. Final Fantasy 1 right now is $9.59. Yeah. And then I think Final Fantasy 2 is a little bit more expensive. Hold on, let me look. Sorry. Final Fantasy 2 is $9.59 as well. Final Fantasy 3 Pixel Remaster is $14.39. Yeah. They don't have 4, 5, 6 yet. Wait, she's 51? No way, Rachel Weisz? Way. I thought she was in her like 40s or something. Oh, but again, my sense of time is like whack anyway, so. Sadly, I don't get paid until Tuesday. Hopefully they're still on sale then I believe they're still on sale. They were on sale prior to their release last week, last Wednesday. So I'm pretty sure they're going to stay on sale for a little bit longer. And everybody, as far as I know, has been having a lot of fun with them. I'm having fun. Let me know if you do get the game's mission. There is a fix for the font, so then it looks like the older font. Because the newer one looks a little wonky. So let me know when you get them, and I'll link you the fix. Okay? There's like a step-by-step on how to do it. Wait, her spouse is Daniel Craig. Oh my god. They could... Wait. Were they in a James Bond movie together? Please tell me they were. Because, like, they're, like, perfect for those. Please tell me. I'm hoping. Nope, they weren't, but they were good friends before. Oh, okay. Like, I honestly think, like, Rachel Weisz definitely would have fit into, like, a James Bond movie or, like, something of that sort. I feel like she's got the look for it. Being, like, a super spy type thing. She's definitely got the look for it. But yeah. So I'm saying this now to be accountable, but the next time Square Enix releases the request key things for the pixel remasters of 4, 5, and 6, Final Fantasy 4, 5, and 6, I'm going to apply. I was going to apply for Final Fantasy 3 pixel remaster, but I ended up buying it instead because I was like, oh, I'm a babu streamer. I'm a baby content creator, and right now I'm kind of beating myself up over it. So I'm saying this here to be accountable and be like, okay, I'm gonna take this chance and apply for the opportunity the next time. There we go. Because I probably wasn't ready now to do it, but I think the next time when they roll out, I'm going to apply and see what happens. And I'll be making better content then. Because I am always improving. And that's something I'm learning. Oh my god. I also need to get back on, like, doing all my TikTok stuff. I've been kind of falling off that. I think when I'm away from my main PC, I might be able to just edit on my laptop. Because I'm able to, like, run games on my laptop, but, like, it doesn't feel as comfortable as sitting at my, like, my station, you know? Oh, I can't go there. Okay, down here. Fire! Da-da-dun, 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 dun, dun, dun. Oh, I hit a second wind. Holy moly. I just hit a second wind of energy. Where did this come from? Oh, excuse me. No antidotes. Okay, there it is. So floor 2, I'm almost at floor 3. Okay, at least this isn't as confusing as that stupid cave in Final Fantasy IV. I forgot what it was called, but it was really dumb. I think I low-key complained to Solstice AR. I was like, this cave sucks. And he's like, yeah, this particular cave in Final Fantasy IV sucks. I really like that they give you the map from the get-go. It's great. It's freaking great. It's great. But now, I'm appreciating these, like, little things this game has. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Door, door. Items, items, items. Yes! Oh. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Sleeping bag that I can't use inside a dungeon. Man, imagine how overpowered it would be if you can use a sleeping bag in a dungeon. Alright. I have a prediction that we will meet the Devil May Cry goal sometime mid-August. And then I'll be playing Devil May Cry during September. That is my prediction. Thanks, Rocco, for the points donation to the Devil May Cry 5 on stream. We're at 62%. Because I just want to protect my son. I just want to protect my son, Nero. That's all. Earth Elemental. I probably shouldn't have just walked into that one. Oh, that was easy. Where's this boss? Here? Where is it? Da 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 da. Dun dun dun. Ooh. Monsters! Ambush! Bye! Oh, heck yeah. I got money. Alright, cockatrice, let's go. Let's turn you into chicken wings. The seal cannot be broken, so the earth shall rot. Oh, it's a vampire. You cannot alter destiny. Mere mortals cannot kill the undying. Ah, this doesn't work. I was gonna try to use the Phoenix Down on them. Fire! Is it supposed to be that easy? Is the game supposed to be this easy? What? I'm so confused, but I'm not gonna question it anymore. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, come on. Let us go see the light of day. Okay. I go up here. Now do I remember how to get back out? Ba-da-da-da. Oh no, he's stone. Uh-oh. I can no. Here we go. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. Da-da. Alright, let's see if I remember how to get out. Okay. So I realized there was something wonky with my Discord server because I set it up as a new community. I enabled the community feature, and it was the me 6 bot wasn't giving the role upon server rules acceptance. So I had to toggle that. So I apologize if anybody tried joining the Discord server recently and couldn't quite post on anything. I've managed to fix it. I know, I have too many things happening on that Discord behind the scenes. I'm like, oh. Figuring it out as I go. So thank you everybody for your patience. Yeah, we had someone leave and join. I think they couldn't quite post, so I think something was broken. But everything is fine now. Everything is good. Everything is dandy. Alright, so go up here. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, go up this way. Uh-oh. Gotta heal Aachen. Oh. And the Minotaur's dead. Oops. Uh-oh. One second, everybody. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay, so there's been a couple of scares going around about IP people that follow and take IP addresses. So Sorry if you were a legit user, but if not, I'm not clicking your thing. So automatic ban because they've been taking IP addresses and leaking them, so I don't want to take a chance. So everybody be careful, okay? I take this stuff seriously. I'm going to actually hide this. I'm taking no chances. Because my internet safety comes first, as should yours, everybody. Hello, Tatsuya. Hi. How are ya? Oh my god. It's been a moment. How are ya? We're just chilling. Konichi, what's up? Oh, spiders. Yeah, sorry if you'd come in. I was like hyper focused on something. You've probably heard about like the IP address extension bot follower thing that's been happening the past couple days. I've seen it happen in like the VTuber circles, but it could happen to any content creator on like Twitch. So I saw a suspicious username follow my channel, and I can't get rid of the follow thing on my event list. But they have been banned because I'm not taking any chances if you see any suspicious things. I think the one that was part of the malicious IP grabbers was Twitch Authority and some others. So be careful online as always. Stay vigilant. Stay careful. Don't click suspicious links. Internet Safety 101. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't heal it? What? I did not know that. Who else is still put? Oh. I was about to say. Who else is still poisoned? But yeah, what are you up to? How are you this fine Saturday? Or Sunday? We're just gonna hit everything until it dies. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, everybody's dead? Yeah. The first Final Fantasy is difficult. Some random enemies will hit you with status effects. Yeah, that's what I've encountered the past few hours. I'm like 7 hours in, I think. I've been grinding for like money and stuff. But yeah, this is technically my first playthrough through my adult life. I did play this as a teenager through Dawn of Souls. I never really got past Matoya's cave, like trying to get her crystal eye. So past there, like this part is new to me. And the game's been out like what 30-ish years. I'd still like to enjoy it as if it is my first time playing. Oh, why'd I hit defend? I'm exhausted. I'm working 7 days a week. I need a vacation. How are you? I am hungry and sleepy. I was supposed to keep streaming until like 4. Up until 4 p.m. Pacific. Right now it is 2:26 p.m. Pacific time. So because I kind of want to take a nap before I go out and grab some dinner with some friends, I am going to end at 3 p.m. Pacific. So a little bit under 40 minutes from now. But I'm glad you were able to join us. Vacation sounds nice. I hope you're able to get some time off. Okay, Star Ruby. Take the Star Ruby. Bye. Oh, you ate the ruby. The ruby was really nice, though. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to catch it too. I know. Usually, my usual times don't work with a lot of folks on like the East Coast because it's so late for all of you, and like, it's a miracle that even my European friends can catch them sometimes. Oh man, I have a friend in Australia, and I'm just like, oh, I don't know how you're gonna catch my streams. You're at work. And like, I think she tried once, and I was like, yeah, no, your stream was too powerful for my phone. And I'm like, that's fair. The Twitch app on mobile's not the greatest sometimes. And I've watched streams on my phone myself, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm like so many seconds behind everybody else. I don't know what's happening. Even when like I'm sitting with Wild 7, my man, and we're watching the same stream, like we're watching like Asmongold's like stream or something. I think it was like the first couple streams, and he was ahead of me in terms of like where it was, and I was like, what? How are you ahead of me? Yeah. I've been enjoying some of these reactions to WoW refugees coming in and trying Final Fantasy XIV with the decline of WoW and the state of Activision Blizzard right now. So it's been amusing me a lot. I know, what was it? Asmongold was like hit or miss with a lot of people, but he's genuinely enjoying it from what it looks like. And the way he said it was like, yeah, if I jump skipped and like story skipped, my opinion would be invalidated. So I am going through everything. And I'm like, oh, wow, all right, dude. So I respect him for that. Yeah. Oh, Sage's Cave. Yeah, Asmongold's journey has been quite amazing to watch, yeah. And I laughed really hard when he was doing the Crystal Towers storyline. And he was like, oh man, this cat boy sucks. And yeah, everybody who's watched me before knows I love Grahatia. Like everybody and their mom knows. Like this channel is a Grahatia stan corner. And so like it amuses me to no end when everyone's like, oh my god, I fucking hate this cat boy. He's so annoying. And I'm like, I know, he's annoying. At the start, but he gets better. And like even Asmongold was like, oh, I kind of like him. He's alright. It was really funny to me. Everyone's like, got him! Yeah. I don't watch his, after the one time I watched his stream, I forgot why. I think it was like yeah, it was like a holiday. It was like 4th of July weekend. So I was able to watch it on like that Monday, following 4th of July. But I haven't been able to catch a stream since I'm usually at work. You know, getting money, trying to pay my sub. But his highlights have been showing up on my feed, my YouTube feed a lot. So like I pop in every now and then. I did laugh at his what was it? His glamour contest as well. It cracked me up. It was funny. Yeah. And then I've been seeing highlights of like Rich as well, Rich Campbell. Everybody's been pretty funny. Except for one guy. What was it? There's the one guy who like jump skipped and like tried doing the raids and stuff, and you're like, wait, didn't you just jump skip this class and didn't learn the class? Hello? Like I'm for people like you can jump skip, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, but just read up on like, you know, your tooltips and whatnot. Right? Know how your class works. Or attempt to learn it, you know? Because this is a collaborative effort. If you're raiding. It is a dance choreo. There's that guy who complained how the fountains work. Wait. Which one was that? Is it the same guy? Because I think the guy who like jump skipped and then tried to do the Omega raids, Omega Savage raids. I think that was like, his name was like Quinn something. But yeah, the entire like 14 community was like, oh, bro, what are you doing, bro? Soda poppin'. I don't know if I heard about that one. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up. Dun 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 dun. Oh, there's still. Bam, bam, bam. I'm glad to see so many people come to Final Fantasy 14. I've never seen the servers this full before. The only time I've seen the servers like this kind of full was like early access for Stormblood and Shadowbringers. No, sorry, Heavensward, Stormblood and Shadowbringers, and each time like it's gotten bigger and bigger. Yeah, so it's really nice to see that the game is growing, and like honestly, like I was watching and lurking in a Discord that I was in for a friend of mine, Moogle Go Round Radio, or was it Maelstrom? Those two run in the same circle, so it might have been one or the other. But like someone was saying, like it's really cool to see like all this growth. I think what they were talking about LunarCon, the virtual convention happening in Crystal Data Center, hosted by Shenpai. But they were saying like they don't even think the game has even peaked yet, and I am actually inclined to agree with them. Yeah, I regret missing out on those expansions when they came out. It was really fun to see, like, how everything was running, and, I was actually part of a LAN party for the Shadowbringers, early access. I was at a friend's house with more friends, and we had, like, a crazy LAN party, like, a bunch of Ethernet cords, hooked up to, like, one router. I was the one. I was only playing on PS4 then when Shadowbringers came out, and then I think a few months after Shadowbringers came out, I think in December that year, I think 2019. Yes, they've actually said there will be more after Endwalker. They said Endwalker is the conclusion of the Zodiark and Hydaelyn story, but they are going to be creating an all-new original story after Endwalker. So, yes. They've said that, I believe, in the fan festival in May, and also in the announcement showcase back in February. So, it is not the end for Final Fantasy XIV. Yoshi P himself said this is his life's work, and he would like to continue working on it as long as he can. And he's very passionate about it, and you can tell, like, he, Soken, and, like, the team are very, very passionate about Final Fantasy XIV, and, like, for Yoshi P to say that, like, this man and this team have, like, lifted this game out of the depths of oblivion, the depths of destruction, and rebuilt it. Like, it's amazing. It's phenomenal how they did it. Actually, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna run around and level for the next 20 minutes. Because if I go down there, I won't be able to save. But yeah, we can talk about 14 a lot. Actually, that's one of the goals. I should probably start talking about like what I learned in these 3 years of streaming, because I touched on it briefly, but not too much. But yeah, actually, one of the reasons why I became a Final Fantasy 14 focused streamer was because like I remember seeing the videos in the media tour, Shadowbringers media tour from like Larry Sar, Mr. Happy, Miss Tech, all of them. And I jokingly said to like, I think it was like Eddie, yeah, it was Serendipity, and one of my mods, Serenia Bissy, Seer. I was like, LOL, I want to be a 14 content creator. I want to be one of these folks on this media tour one day, or a media tour someday. And they're like, bet, do it. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? You're already kind of streaming. Like, I was streaming on and off on my PS4, and then that's when I started playing more 14. I think that was like 2.5 years ago, maybe, when I said that to them. And then, you know, here I am now, occasionally making memes on TikTok, playing 14 when I can, playing Final Fantasy games. And so, like, one day, I would like to be known as a, I don't know, one of those, like, Final Fantasy 14 like content creators that people can just name and be like, oh yeah, this person. And I think I'm slowly getting my way on there. And like an even bigger dream than that would be to be a Square Enix partner, like, you know, like Unalesca and stuff like that. One day, because I do enjoy these games. It's just finding time to play all of them, you know. So yeah, I have dreams to be a Final Fantasy 14 media partner, or Square Enix partner, whichever comes first, and then, you know, aspirations to be a Twitch partner someday. But I will commit to the work. I'm laying the foundations right now. I'm laying the foundations. So with good and strong foundations, I'll be able to get there one day. And I'm glad for like my steady growth too. Oh, thank you, Blazing Marauder. Thank you for the follow. Hello, welcome. How you doing? I'm Reizna. I am a cat girl VTuber, soon to be specifically a snow leopard VTuber, Warrior of Light. Currently playing Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster. Thank you for hanging out. I was just talking about my goals and aspirations now that I hit my 3 years of streaming on Twitch. Yeah, I said what? Final Fantasy 14 media partner, one day, Twitch partner. Literally, it's just like me saying, honestly, most of my stories of like how I get things started is like me saying shit and my friends going, just do it. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, just do it. Just do it. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. And so I do the thing. Somehow, some way. It's slow but steady, but at least, like, you know, eventually when we get over the hurdle, we make it to the goalpost. I can stand steady on my own 2 feet. And that's why I'm really happy that my growth is steady, because if I said, like, suddenly, like, got hit with, like, Insta fame and all that, I don't think I'd be able to handle it. So growing steady allows me to figure out how I can respond to certain situations and learn from them, and if I make mistakes, it's not as bad per se. Like, there isn't as much of a consequence since, like, my growth is steady. Like, I don't fall as hard, yeah. This is but one chapter, and I know you can achieve great things. There's more to this journey yet. Yes, yes. And the road goes ever on. The road goes ever on. Yeah. And I also try to look out for my fellow peers as well. Because if there's opportunities that aren't for me, I try to like tell them and be like, oh, this might be up your alley, or like, hey guys, here. At least that's what I try to do. And like the friends that I have as well, they tell me about opportunities as well. I believe it was Han, my Han, who told me about, what was it, Lazarus esports team is starting to recruit for their content creators team, which is a sub team that isn't necessarily like focused on esports, but she saw a post that of a mutual acquaintance of mine put out a call for like Final Fantasy 14 players and content creators to reach out to Lazarus. But I was potentially interested, but I wanted to pick our mutual friend first to see like what it entails, like what do they expect out of their content creators, like what expectations do they have, what kind of qualities do they look for in a new team member. Do they look at metrics? Do they look at quality of content? Or do they do a mix of both? Like, do they also look at character? Stuff like that, yeah. So questions like I'm starting to ask, because like I do take I guess streaming and content creating like semi-seriously when I'm in the zone, but also like I do my best to take a step back and try to like remember like, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm doing this because I enjoy it and I have fun with it. And I hope me just rambling on inspires people. Because I'm basically telling you all what I wish I told myself when I started out. There's a whole bunch of lessons I learned. Like, FOMO is going to be a thing, but like you work through it. Because like sometimes it isn't... Sometimes opportunities aren't right for you. Sometimes like you really just can't make... opportunities because you have obligations ahead of time. And, like, real life does come first. There's some lessons that I pulled from, like, being a cosplayer and going to conventions that I brought to streaming as well. Whereas, like, in cosplaying, like, you can't afford to go to a convention, don't go. Because if you're unable to, feed yourself at the convention, house yourself properly at a convention, you're not going to have fun. Your basic needs aren't going to be met. So why struggle? And I apply that same thing to streaming as well. Like, if I've started to, like, usually before I used to like push myself even when I wasn't feeling that great, I would stream. But lately I've been taking more breaks and being more mindful about stream times and things like that. That's why, like, today I'm ending at 3 p.m. Pacific instead of 4, to give myself a little bit of time to rest before I go see my friends. But back to the convention story and connecting it to streaming. If my basic, like, if yours or my basic needs aren't being met, that takes priority. That takes precedence over streaming. Streaming will always be there. But, your channel, your brand is nothing without you, the core. So, your mental health, your physical health is first and foremost before, the grind or whatever we glorify, things like that. So, you've all probably heard this before, but it's the same old, but it's just little me, the cat girl, telling you all this, things I've learned. FOMO is definitely going to play into it, but just just kick FOMO to the curb and the fear of missing out. But sometimes it's not right for you. Sometimes, you know, sometimes you just physically can't do it, you know? Like, sometimes you're really tired after work, or sometimes, you know, just don't have the energy, like the social energy to go do it. And it's okay to take time for yourself, especially like if you feel like you don't have time. Make time for yourself, because you are the most important piece in all this. Your channel, your brand is nothing without you. I'm just spouting out stuff that I believe and I've learned. So thanks for listening, everybody. Woo! Here I go talking. I tend to ramble when I'm tired. Anybody who's known me for a very, very long time knows, like, when I'm tired, I just talk. And then they're just like, Reizna, shh, you're tired. Reizna, okay. Yes. Yeah. But I hope, what I say, any little bit, if any little bit of what I say helps anybody, I hope it does. And I do wish for everybody to be happy in whatever they do. Yeah. Oh man, this is getting like emotional hours right now. I guess it's hitting me that I learned so much in 3 years. And learning to play what you want, do what you want, and curating your space. By curating your space, you let all the good energy in, the energy that you exert and want to keep. Yeah. I think I saw a video earlier today from a streamer, a content creator I follow. I believe it was I Am Brandon TV. He was saying, like, never keep a toxic person in your chat or in your like discords and things like that, just to keep numbers, to keep viewership and things like that, for member retention, because it's not worth it if it's draining on you and it makes your community not feel welcome. If it counteracts what you yourself are trying to do, don't keep them around. Yeah, don't. That also leads in, don't do. If you want to, like, how do I want to phrase this? Or it's like, if you do things for the views, be honest that you're doing things for the views. But if you genuinely want to do something, do it genuinely and be honest to yourself. I feel like I'm a broken record right now, because I've also said this like 3 days ago now. Thursday was 2 days ago, yeah. Yeah. Life lessons from Reizna. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wait. Go to channel page. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking for someone to raid. Trying to see. Oh, hi Solstice, yeah! Look! Oh wait, hold on. And then G-Unit Raha! And Yashtola! Hello! I am loving FF1. I am loving Final Fantasy 1. Thank you. I'm enjoying it a lot. I have about 8 hours. 8 hours and 32 minutes on here. I'm kind of just like grinding for Gil right now in a couple levels. And because I'm actually ending soon. And I didn't want to go back into the cave and get stuck. So I'm gonna start wrapping up with closing remarks and stuff. But yeah, how are you, Solstice? Hiko was here earlier. It's hot, but we okay. Yeah, it's been so hot. I think we just turned on the AC. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, she's still here. Oh, okay. Hello. I'm a yeah, it's so hot, dude. It's crazy because for dinner, for late lunch, early dinner, my friends and I are getting shabu shabu because I really wanted shabu shabu. I really wanted shabu shabu. I'm crazy. Yes, actually. So we did the font fix. The first 2 streams of Final Fantasy 1 did not have the font fix. We only just recently fixed the font after the second stream. My friend Serendipity helped with it because the first time I did it on Wednesday, I broke the game and I couldn't start. Oh gosh. So I had to like uninstall and reinstall it, and then Eddie helps me the following day. So now we have the fix. Z-Fly! Yeah, I'm grinding for a few more minutes. We're trying to get some gil. Cause earlier today I dropped like 26,000 gil on like 2 spells for my black mage, Y'shtola. Yeah, it hurt everybody's wallets, including mine. Just looking at it. So we are level 20. Wow. You know, it's actually kind of easy to level in this game. It's actually much faster. It's much faster than Octopath Traveler. Z-Fly, thank you for subbing. I appreciate you. Oh no, AKL, no. Wait. Oh no, I was about to end my friend. No. Oh no. Oh no. But thank you for the thank you for the host. I do appreciate it for the next 7 minutes. Thank you. I appreciate you though. This is where we start having closing remarks though. It wasn't I hope it was an awesome stream. Congrats on 3 years. Thank you. Yes. It's been a wonderful 3 years of streaming. I have learned so much. I talked about it earlier, but I think I'll give the TLDR. You've all probably heard this before, but stream what you want to stream. If you want to focus on numbers, you can. Just be honest with yourself that you're focusing on numbers. FOMO is going to be a thing. The fear of missing out is going to be a thing. But, you know, if you physically, like, can't stream, like, you're tired, your energy's low, you're not feeling it, don't. Take a break. It's always going to be here. And that's a lesson I learned from cosplay. Where it's like, you know, all the events are going to be there, but, you know, if you go to an event, but you can't meet your basic needs, like, you don't have a hotel room, you're struggling to pay for your hotel room, you're struggling to pay for food, and things like that. And, like, you're rushing to finish a cosplay, like, you're not going to have fun. It's not going to be fun. So, you know, if you're not feeling it, take a break from streaming. It's okay. The people and friends that you've made along the way, they'll be there when you come back. You know, and they'll greet you with open arms when you come back. What else? What else did I learn? I wrote it all down somewhere. Now I'm trying to remember from memory now. What else did I write? What else did I? Yeah. Shoot. So those are things I've learned. Oh, yeah. Wait. Wait, I think that's... Yeah, so, okay. If something else comes up, I'm gonna say it in another stream. But I think I was mentioning some of my aspirations for the following years. The many more years of streaming to come. I definitely will get my live 2D VTubing avatar character reference sheet done, and then commission a live 2D model as well, because I definitely want to jump into live 2D. There's a design that I'm working on with my friend Maleficar, and it's gonna look so good. We're still drafting up like how Cersei's face is gonna look, or rather my face, because I'm taking on her appearance. I'm getting isekai'd into my character's body. I'm gonna be the warrior of light. So yeah, getting that all settled. I think that's one of the goals that'll definitely be completed within at least like the next year or so. I'm pretty sure. It's another one. I was like, these are like goals I'm inching towards to some capacity. I know I'm going to fulfill these in some capacity, but probably not in the ways that I originally thought I'm going to like get them to. So one of the goals was to be a Final Fantasy XIV content creator. Well, I am, but like, one of those partners. So like ones that get to experience like the media tour and things like that. Why I started streaming Final Fantasy XIV a couple years back was because I was watching the Shadowbringers media tour footage from like Ms. Tech, Mr. Happy, Larry Sarr, and those folks. And I was talking to my friends, and I was like, hey, I want to do this one day. And they're like, why not now? Why not do it? And so I was like, okay, sure. So most of the ideas that come up here, I'll just be like, yeah, I want to do it. And then friends go, okay, bet, go do it, girl, go do it. I'm like, what? Okay. So many of the ideas on this channel that happen is because like friends are like, hey, nudge, go do it. And I say, okay, eventually. So that was one of the goals. And then being like a Square Enix media partner as well one day. And then also Twitch partner. And I'll probably fulfill like those three in some capacity, but definitely not in the ways I think I will. I'm already laying the foundations for them. And I appreciate the steady growth that I have. Because like if all of those three things happened all at once, like right now, I've said this before, I wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, it's kind of like scary to even think about. Like, it's cool to dream about, but like when I think about the actuality of it, I'm just like, oh, okay, that's a lot of pressure. So I'm very happy with where I am right now, what I'm doing, and how I'm growing, and how steady it is. Like, a lot of people might think it's a plateau, but I think it's a comfortable place. It's a comfortable place to be, where I am still able to make mistakes and learn from them without too big of a fall or too much of a consequence too, And like, being in the spotlight is kind of cool, but like, being in the spotlight for too long, I'm like, I don't know if I want to be in the spotlight for too long right now. Yeah, I'm not used to it yet, so it's all little bit at a time for sure. Yes. So I think those are my reflections and goals and aspirations for right now. Happy 3 years, everybody! Happy 3 years of streaming, and I hope to have many more to come. And I appreciate everybody being here. I really do. I really do. Thank you all for hanging out with me I'm gonna, before I get all emotional and stuff, I'm looking for someone to raid right now. Oh, thanks, AKL. Let's see. Oh. Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait. I think Kid Rennie is playing Final Fantasy 14. Let's go say hi to Kid Rennie. I think he's starting up again. I think. Yeah, it looks like he's doing Dragoon. Yeah, so we'll say hi. We will say hi. Wish him luck on his journey into becoming a Warrior of Light. And I'm gonna go take a nap after. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. I'll be back on Monday to continue Final Fantasy 1. And then same on Tuesday. And then I'll be going on my mini break / vacation. And then be back the following week with normal schedule. So I adore you all. I love you all. I appreciate you. Have a good afternoon if you're not joining us for the raid. And have a good day, everybody. I'm gonna take a nap after say hi to Rennie. Alright. Later, everybody! Catch y'all soon!